Hi, everyone. Joe Kehrig with the Kehrig Real Estate Team, and this is your San Ramon Valley neighborhood update for the week of March 29th. Just like in the previous weeks, the market is still very, very active. We're still getting multiple offers. The average price is going for 10% above asking. The pending sales are continuing to increase, though we're starting to see the active properties obviously stay up a little bit and keep up, which is a good sign, because what was happening for a long time, pending sales were going up and active properties were going down. Now we're seeing them somewhat keep pace. It depends week to week. It always fluctuates a little bit, but that's a good sign. Plus, it's not necessarily a good sign that interest rates have ticked up a little bit. They've gone from 2.85 on average, close to 3.25. And one thing to remember is people go, "Oh my God, 3.25%," but that's about where they were, last year at this time. And again, do I think that we'll see it back down in the twos? I don't think so, because I think as the vaccines go out and as we get a little bit more on the other side of COVID, the economy is going to pick up. And so, what happens is the 10-year treasury go up. Interest rates normally follow the 10-year treasury. So you have a situation where you'll probably see interest rates tick up a little bit more. I'm not sure when you look at all the experts that they'll get into the 4+ range this year, but I definitely see them continuing to go up, maybe 3.5, 3.6. And again, when you're talking about an increase like that from 2.75, 2.85, it means a big difference as far as affordability. But I think what you'll find, because there's still such a demand for housing in the San Ramon Valley, I think what you'll see is people start going to the 7-year fix, the 10-year fix, and even to the adjustable. Now, a couple months ago, that didn't make any sense because the adjustable was 2.75 and the fix was 2.85. Well, who would ever go with that? But now you're seeing the delta widen a little bit, where it might make more sense if people know they're not going to be in there for 5 years to get like a 7-year fix or a 10-year fix. But let's take a look at the market. First, the San Ramon market, you can see that the pending sales jumped up last week, but you can see the actives fairly, kept pace with where they were the week before. So even though there were more pendings, the active sales kept pace. That's the start of it getting a little bit more, in balance, as we get closer to summer. Because there's a couple things that's going to happen. We know that there's more inventory. I've been doing this for 43 years, and we know that there's going to be more inventory that comes on the market. It's just going to be the absorption rate. And so maybe if the interest rates tick up a little bit more, the demand will back off, more supply. Now, don't get me wrong. I think it's going to be a seller's market all year. It's just a matter of difference between getting 2 to 3 offers and 10 to 15 offers is going to make a big difference as far as affordability and what people have to bid up. What we've been finding is that we'll get 6 offers on a home and 2 will be around asking. 3 or 4 will be 100,000 more where we thought it would be. Then all of a sudden we get this one offer that's $50,000, $100,000 higher than everyone else. In a lot of cases, those people are like from the peninsula, where we sit there and go, how could that people pay $300,000 more for that house? But you got to remember, even them paying $300,000 more, it still is a bargain compared to what they can buy in San Jose or Burlingame or the Peninsula or Marin. So we're still a bargain when you look at the overall Bay Area. And God knows that we're such a great place to live with our schools and our community. So when you look at the San Ramon, you can see that, pending sales are still going nuts, but at least the active properties are keeping pace. We saw the same thing in Danville. The pending sales, I think a lot of people see the interest rates tick up a little bit. And what happens is they want to jump in before they go up anymore. So we're seeing the activity continue to increase. But again, when you look at the active properties, it kept somewhat. It dipped a little bit, but when you look over the last 3 weeks, it stayed about the same. And actually in Blackhawk, you saw the active properties go up and the pending properties go up too. So it kind of stayed pace with that a little bit. And again, on a graph like this, when you only have 13 active properties, it looks like there was a huge increase, but it just went from 11 active properties to 13. And there were 14 pending sales. So that market is still super strong. The average price of those active listings are like $3 million plus. So again, the affordability in Blackhawk of finding something under $2 million is it's very difficult to find. When you look at Alamo, you can see the pending sales just really jumped up, and the active properties, they went down a little bit. But the curious thing, where we saw in the last week, pending sales really jump up. I'm really going to be interested to see what happens, next week. And if you're just looking at this at the first time, and if you like the videos, please tap the like button, hit the subscribe button, and then click on the bell to receive the alerts on the new videos. And you can keep up on week-to-week basis. And it's really interesting when you look at week to week. This is how, in the real estate business, we gauge it every day. I'm looking at the hot sheets every day, and I'm looking at the active pendings and solds. So when I put these graphs together once a week, these aren't a surprise to me because I see it on a day-to-day basis. When you look at Dublin, same type of thing. The actives went down and the pendings went way up. So it's really going to be interesting to see what happens next week. So make sure you tune in for that. The sold, the list price percentage, this is where it's kind of nuts. So if you have an average home selling for, like, say, $1 million in San Ramon or Dublin and $1.5 million in Danville, that means there are things that are closing. When you have 110, 109, 107%, things are closing at 10% higher. And when you see it happen week after week after week, and we've been seeing this now for about 6 weeks, you're sitting there going, okay, well, it just went up 100,000. Well, no, then 2 weeks later, it went up another 100,000. Well, 2 weeks later, it went up another 100,000. Now, 2 months ago, if you've been watching these videos, you saw that we were around 100% of asking, and then slowly but surely it creeped up. Here's the thing I want you to watch for if you watch these videos every week. Let's watch to see if that, especially in the more affordable areas like San Ramon and Dublin, where the average price is maybe just a little bit over $1 million, you see it at 110, 115, 107%. Danville, the average price is about 1.7 million. Blackhawk and Alamo, where the average price is $2.5, $3.5 million, you're not going to see as much of a, 105, 110%, unless it's just a weird week, from that standpoint. But definitely, look, the first sign that we see that the market's maybe starting to level out a little bit is watching that 110%. Does it go down 107, 105, 103, and get back to around 100%? That's what I talked about when I said the difference getting 10 offers on a home and the difference getting 2 or 3 offers on a home. So, as always, every home's a little bit different. Every neighborhood's different. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out. When we meet with clients, we really look at ourselves as being a consultant and advisor. We don't come over to list your home to sell it. We just want to sit down with you and find out. I just literally had a Zoom meeting before I started doing these videos tonight. And it was all about, they were talking about moving from out of the area, and they were comparing their house price and what they could buy in this area. And, I really told them it's really not about what you can buy compared to what you have, because what they had told me prior is they're moving for the lifestyle, because they didn't have as much of a neighborhood, like community like we have here. And I said, if that's the reason, it doesn't matter if you get a little less for your money or whatever, because you're moving, for not just to get a bigger house or a better house, you're moving for a whole change of lifestyle. But if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Joe Kehrig with the Kehrig Real Estate Team, 925-487-6838, or email me at joe@kehrigteam.com. And again, if you like the videos, tap the like button, hit the subscribe button, and click on the bell to receive alerts on new videos. We actually have one coming out on if you plan on getting a loan or refinancing, some steps on what you should and shouldn't do if you want to go out there and get a loan. So as hopefully we get on this other side of the COVID, the vaccines are going out more, and things are opening up a little bit. Hopefully stay safe. I hope your family stays safe, and may God bless you. God bless your family, and may God bless the United States of America. We'll see you next week.